What's good, y'all? Throwing Chewy here, your girl's favorite weed man, and today I actually wanted to go over something simple but hella important in your garden, which is the tool that you use to measure your nutrient feedings, your feeding solutions, all that. And I've gotten a couple questions on my Instagram and on my YouTube talking about the Bluelab Guardian monitor that I use. And if you're getting into growing and everything, then you know that feeding your plants, of course, is going to be one of the more important things. And one thing that you're going to realize is that there are various forms of being able to read your feed solution, which is going to be in ppms, TDS, and EC, and it's parts per million, total dissolved solids, and electrical conductivity. And just for me to put it very simple for you guys, in my experience and in my opinion, I go based off of electrical conductivity, so EC. And one of the tools that I use, which I just mentioned, the Bluelab Guardian monitor, which is more on the higher end of the monitor sides. I think it's probably one of the more expensive ones, since it is about $300 with the full kit and everything. But I think it's probably one of the easiest to read, easiest to use. Just, it's helped out so much where it can take something that could be complicated at first, and it just puts everything you need into one unit that's very clear to read. And it even has little features that I'm going to show you when I cut to the next clip, when I actually show you guys the actual monitor itself. And I'm just going to give you guys my honest opinion on it, so then you guys, when you guys are starting off and you guys are going to be choosing your tools and equipment for you guys to be able to read your nutrient solution, I'm just going to give my 2 cents on what I use, and then what would be the best for new growers, and then what would be the best for obviously more advanced growers. So let's get straight into this shit. Alright, you guys, so this is the monitor itself, the Bluelab Guardian, right here with the thermometer at its side. And then this is the actual probe that reads your EC, your TDS, and your ppm. And like I said before, in my personal opinion, and what I found to be most effective for me, and just what I found to be just easier to read and be able to dial in my own opinion, I think everybody should be able to dial in and start off with electrical conductivity, so your EC. But if you want to follow your TDS or your ppms, it's all up to you. I don't think there's going to be anything wrong in whichever method you decide to measure your nutrient feeding. I just wanted to give my own personal opinion of what I found to be easier on my end and very effective in the garden to grow some nice fire plants. But whichever one you'd want to go with that one. That's why I like the Bluelab Guardian monitor, because you don't need multiple sticks or just multiple tools to read the different readings, so you just have everything all in one. So if you ever just want to switch it up, you can just do it with the ease of a button, just by pressing the units button. And then what's also dope about the Bluelab Guardian monitor is, since you have the pH probe, and since you have to recalibrate it every month, instead of having to set a reminder on your phone or like write it down on a notepad or anything like that, you can just set the alarm on the actual monitor itself, and it'll stay green when it's perfect, and then it'll turn red when you need to recalibrate it. And that's a pretty dope little feature. And to pretty much sum up everything, I love this monitor. It's amazing. The moment you can really dial in your feeding to the T with this, I think it's probably one of the best investments I've also had, along with all the other tools that I use in my garden. But being honest, if you're a new grower or first time attempting to grow, or just anything along those lines, what I suggest to you to splurge and spend 300 plus on the Bluelab Guardian monitor, I would actually tell you no. There's actually another option, which is around, I think it's 120 or 150. I could be wrong, but it is more affordable than the $300 to $350 price point of the Bluelab Guardian monitor. And it's another stick type measurement tool, which you can read your EC, TDS, and things like that. You don't have other little features that the Bluelab Guardian monitor has, and of course you can't just stick it up into keep it in your nutrient solution, so you can keep your readings 24/7, which I find useful. But for the first time grower or anything like that, being so detailed and having the information 24/7 might not necessarily be the biggest priority to you when you just want to just get the basics down. So I feel like any of the other stick type tools that they use to read the feeding from Bluelab, I feel like that would be like the perfect investment. And then if you want to go up from there, once you gain more knowledge and you want to really be able to dial everything in, then I would definitely recommend the Bluelab Guardian monitor. Definitely 10 out of 10 in my book, but that's only once you have a little bit more knowledge and you would really benefit from the constant 24/7 readings and just being able to dial in the EC or TDS and ppms to a much higher degree and being a lot more precise. So at the end of the day, if you're just starting off, I would say don't get the Bluelab Guardian monitor. Get the more affordable option at around the $100 to $150 option, just to be more precise, because I don't believe in us cheaping out in like EC reading tools and things like that. And then the moment you gain more experience and you can really dial in and benefit from what you can get out of the Bluelab Guardian monitor, then that's when I would say to splurge on it. But other than that, if you're just starting off, I wouldn't recommend it. Later on, once you really know your way around the garden, then I would definitely say upgrade to the Bluelab Guardian monitor. Alright, so hopefully that helped you guys out. I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. I just want to give you guys my honest opinion and a little just quick review of it, and just tell you guys whether for a beginner grower, whether you should buy it, and an advanced grower, whether you should buy it. And like I just said, new growers, no. More advanced growers, yes. So hopefully this helped you guys out. Peace.